Hello, hello, hello. Today we are talking about Codellama and continue in VS Code, but using Platform.io and generating an Arduino project to run on my connected Arduino Uno R3. Let's get going. Okay. Hello, I'm Ryan Torvik. I'm with Tulip Tree Technology, and this is our leaf. Today, we're going to be talking about Codellama, we're going to be talking about VS Code, we're going to be talking about Continue, we're going to be talking about Platformio, and we're going to be talking about Arduinos. Let's have a refresher on what is Codellama to begin with. So Codellama is Meta's offline large language model. So you can download it off the internet and run it locally on your desktop. So when you're interacting with that AI, it's not sending your data off to another server, it's doing everything locally. Continue is a VS Code extension that lets you interact with it, similar to how Copilot is kind of built all in one. Continue lets you do the same kind of thing, but it lets you choose which LLM you're going to be using. So it lets you choose to use Codellama locally as opposed to having to go and use Copilots or OpenAIs or whatever. It doesn't send your data. It's you can choose to use it this way, and it interacts with your VS Code development environment or JetBrains. So there's that. There's Codellama. There's Continue, VS Code. Platformio. Let's look. All right, so Platformio is an open source ecosystem specifically for IoT development, the Internet of Things development. It's cross-platform, so it runs on Windows. When it actually runs inside of VS Code very smoothly. It is an IDE, so it does that. Let's see, multiple frameworks. It lets you pick your board. So you got your Arduino, your ESP32, or your Zephyr, or your Mbed OS. Any one of those frameworks that lets you actually compile in there. So it gives you a lot of flexibility with that. It doesn't lock you into a specific vendor's solution when it comes to compiler tool chain. And it has a unified build system, library management, automatic dependency management, cloud integration, blah, 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 blah. So, and we're going to use it today to interact with an LEGU system. All right, so that's Platformio. All right, so here we've got our embedded system set up. If you'll, under closer examinations, you'll see that, let's see, pin 9 is hooked up over here to the, or sorry, pin 3 over here is hooked up to this button over there. And then pin 9, 10, and 11 are all hooked up to these over here, which have resistors going to this little light here, this little LED. And then we've got power coming in over here. We've got the 3 resistors there, and then we've got our button that goes there, and you go click, 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 and that button there. So that's the setup of our board. And what we're going to do is we're going to write code using Codellama to do things to that board and to that setup. First thing, so you're going to need to download Ollama. You need to download it. You go to ollama.com and download the whole Ollama. That's just going to download the kind of the framework around it, and then you'll have to download individual models as it goes through. So Continue is the leading open source AI code assistant. So we're going to install that. Okay, and then we're going to install Platform.io, your gateway to embedded software development excellence. And install that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a new project with Platformio. So we're going to do this. It says new project, and we're going to give it, I don't know, high side. Select a board. For this one, we are going to select, ooh, there's a lot to choose from. I'm going to select Arduino Uno for ours. So that means the framework is Arduino, and we'll use the default location. Please be patient. Done. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay, brings up our INI file for this right now. So there it is. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I can always come back to that. So there's a source in here. There's some tests. There's some readmes. Not much, not much, not much. All right, we're going to bring up Continue now. And what we're going to do with Continue says, okay, so I'm going to make sure I have Codellama instruct. If you don't already have them, so you can go to here to add chat mile, and you can say Codellama, Ollama, and then you can actually choose which model you wanted to do. So we've gone through this process, and we've done Codellama instruct, and we say connect. Okay, so I'm going to say create a project, an Arduino project that is going to, every time I press the button, it's going to go from pins 9, it's going to cycle through pins 9, pin 10, pin 11, and raise them up to high so it turns the light on in a different color. Okay, let's see how it did. A simple Arduino project. All right, so button pin is 3, good. LED pins 9, 10, and 11. LED state is low, okay. So we initialize, that's good, we need to do that. When it goes high, LED state is not LED state, okay. And then it goes digital write. So it reads from that one, let's try that, You know, it's okay, so it's got some, it's got some choices. These look like the same choices, which is interesting. Okay, that's fine. So let's go back over to our main.cpp and let's delete all that. And then go back to our here, and we're just going to say insert at cursor. So that was not exactly what I intended to do. You know, I said I'd like to press the button and I'd like to cycle through, but okay, let's see what happens. So we're going to go back to our Platformio, and we're just going to build it, see if it builds. Look at that, success, it built. Now it's got some warnings. Let's see, iteration 3 invokes undefined behavior, interesting. And there's a, I wonder why that is. That's interesting. Okay, and then we're gonna plug in our Arduino, our Uno here. So now you can see the lights go on. And then I'm gonna click on upload. Got some flashing that happens. There we go. So now it's running. What did it do? Now I'm gonna press the button, let's see if that does anything different. I didn't do anything different. Nothing's changing. I'm pressing button 3, it's not doing anything differently. Okay. Well, let's go back over here. And let's try something. I don't know what's wrong with it though. So let's go over here and say, and then we'll do Control I. We need to digital read when the button pin, let's say if it's equal to low instead. So I'm just going to keep using the AI to do this. So, okay, we're going to click on accept. And everything else looks about the same. So just change that one thing. So make it so. Make it so. Thank you, Jean-Luc. And I'm going to go over here again. And I'm going to go. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on upload. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so there it goes. It's hanging out. Everything's fine. And then we click on the button. Oh, what did it do? It's stuck on green. Okay, neat. Digital write. All right, well, maybe, I think it's probably going really fast. So what if, let's go over here. Put a in so we can see the lights change. Well, that's weird. Wow, that's giving me a lot of stuff here. Let's see, there's a loop. Okay, output, output, output. But oh my goodness, why is it doing all this? This AI is really smart. Really, it's going to be replacing us engineers any day now. So I'm just going to say new, kill all that. All right, so let's try that again. Let's put a delay in. Let's see if I can tell it to put a delay in for each iteration of the for loop. All right, so put in a 500, accept. Okay, and then we're going to go over here again and click on upload. There it goes. Okay, and I press the button. Is it working? It didn't turn off though. Oh. Huh. That was not what I was expecting it to do. Rewrite the loop. Just rewrite the whole thing. Let's try again. So that, and let's try another prompt engineering. This is prompt engineering thing, right? So we need to do that. So let us say, so that each time I press the button, so what I want to have happen is I want to press the button, it changes to red. Press the button, it changes to blue. Press the button, it changes to green. Press the button, it turns off. Okay? So let's see. Rewrite the loop. Boy, it is not figuring it out. So let's accept, you know what, let's just start over. Let's just start over. All right, so we're just gonna start over. We're gonna say, okay, Arduino function that a button press on number 3 will then select either 9, 10, or 11. Let's try that. Let's try to use this select. All right, so the sketch uses a button connected to pin 3, 3 LEDs connected to 9, 10, 11. The press is bed, it will turn on one of the LEDs, turn off the other 2. Button state is red there, bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's delete all this. Then we'll go here and insert a cursor. All right, and we'll go back over here and say upload. All right, and I'm gonna press the button. Boy, it's not doing nothing. Ha, it needs to put delays in there. Why doesn't it put delays in there? I need to be able to see it. All right, so let's copy all this again. But it's not selecting one, it's putting a for loop in there. Does it not understand English? It's like the AI doesn't speak English. It doesn't understand source code. That's weird. I thought the AIs understood source code. It's called Codellama. It should understand how to write source code, right? Pin 3, 9, 10, 11. Okay. See, this is good. This is all good. I can grab that off of what you call it. I can grab that off of Stack Overflow and just dump that right in there. It works great every time. But then digital read, so it's got the digital read, but it keeps getting this wrong. It's not supposed to be high, it's supposed to be low. Well, the press, I think, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, maybe I got the button hooked up wrong. Changing the color of my light bulb. I tell you what, let's try this. All right, let's go to my sample code. I'm just gonna pull this, here it is. I'm just gonna grab some random code off the internet, okay? It's a little bit less fancy. Let's see, counter, so instead of LED pins, oh, we're just gonna grab all this too. All right, so we've got a button pin, red, green, blue, input, output, okay? Similar to that, save that, upload. Okay, you ready? I don't know if you're ready for this. Ready? So if we look at it carefully here, it sets all of these 3 to low. It goes high, low, 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 high, low, 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 high, and then it sets this one's gonna be purple because it sets the red and the blue. And then else it sets the counter back down to 0. So if we've seen, just using AI does not actually make it so that we can write embedded software faster. Seems like we still need to know what we're talking about. It seems like we need to even know more about what we're talking about than just, oh, I can just use AI to write my code and then it'll be done. All right, well, we're going to keep playing with this, you know? I think that we can shake the AI into making us better code. But what it's showing to me is that we can use AI to generate code, but we still have to know what we're doing. And now we specifically need to know how to be able to test the darn thing. Because it's generating code that, I don't know if you know this or not, it didn't work. And I had to talk to it a bunch, and it was faster for me to just copy code off the internet and paste it in there. Okay, with that being said, if you have liked kind of what you're seeing and what we're doing here, you want to see more, get down there. Get down there, click on them things. You got to like and subscribe and make some comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.